Yes, it's been so long. Wait.
I don't remember the word.
So please. Why don't I remember that word? Been so long. That's what he did.
What up, y'all? So we about to film this podcast. We actually are filming the podcast.
We are filming the podcast, right?
So there's us filming
the podcast.
The podcast that we're filming. But yeah.
Finally. It's like, this is the worst way you could do it.
Exactly. So it's happening. Go tune it out on the podcast.
Go check it out.
That's right.
What is going on, y'all?
What it do, y'all?
It has been so long.
It's been so long.
Say it. Is that what he says? Something like that.
Oh man! All right.
I can't deal with you. Am I tested? Am I on here?
Yeah, you tested. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. We about to hit record. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that now.
You almost lost the whole situation.
The whole situation.
I don't know about this hair.
You don't about the hair.
But bring your mic down. I feel like the mic is always covering your face.
Bring your mic down. Should I feel like
It
something's
might be
coming?
perfect.
Girl, that's because you perfect, Sean. Everybody can be perfect.
Just the way I am.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
What up?
Is this thing on?
Oh, this thing is on.
Oh my goodness.
The mics still work, y'all, even though
You
it's been
guys,
forever.
It's been so long. And we're so sorry that we left you.
So sorry.
But we're back. Welcome to
we're sorry, but we're not like super sorry.
Really? Are you done?
Okay, go ahead.
Welcome to the Let's Make Out podcast, where we make out all things love, life, and laughter.
That's right.
I forgot what I was about to say,
She had it. In her head, she was like, I'm about to say something.
I know. I was going
prolific.
And it just didn't cue the music.
All right. Sweetheart, you know it doesn't work like that, okay? We talked about this many times. Many times, okay? What it do, y'all?
You guys, if this is your first time listening, thank you so much for taking the time out to check us out.
Wait, hang on. It didn't record. Hang on, here we go. It didn't record.
What didn't record?
Oh, just when we started, right? Just right here.
Oh, okay.
It just didn't record. That's weird.
All right.
What up, y'all?
So, if this is your first time listening to us, thank you for taking the time out to listen to our podcast.
Yes.
I am one of the hosts, Gabrielle.
And I'm the other host, Chad.
Also known as Gabe and Babe.
That's right.
And yeah, man, it has been forever and a day. What's been going on?
Man, what hasn't
been going on, first of all?
Man, everything. I mean, we've had, I tell you what, this last,
2 months? Like
2
when?
months.
I don't even.
I think it was like the end of June. End of June.
Is that the last time we did a podcast?
End of June. So it's been a month and a half. It was June 28th, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, so
let's see. We celebrated birthday.
Both of us turned 36.
Man.
Shout out to 36. Girl, you look like you 22, girl.
Thank you, boo.
You snatched, girl.
Thanks, love.
And what else?
I'm sitting next to an Iron Man officially.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes,
that's right.
He's even got the mug.
Yes.
If you're listening,
if
you
y'all
can't
watching,
see this, but
it happened.
It happened,
and I got to do it the month and the date that I wanted to do because it was 2 days before the anniversary of Dad's passing. Mm-hmm. So I got to do that and. Yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Next year is the full Iron Man. That's the goal.
That's crazy. So you don't want to do like another half?
I do.
You just want to go straight to the full?
Yeah.
Or you plan to do a half and a full next year?
I think I want to do a couple halves next year.
Oh, okay.
And then do a full, probably Louisville in October. Because I could do 2 halves. Do Muncie again, for sure. Do one probably before then.
Yeah.
Or after. I don't know. But then October I'll do the full in Louisville.
You want to do
unless we go somewhere.
I'm about to say, you just want to go to Louisville? Don't they have tons of different destinations?
I do. I want to go somewhere, but if for some reason we can't just timing wise.
Nothing against Louisville. If you live in Louisville, shout out to you.
But we're talking about. I was talking about doing a destination.
I thought he said a destination. So I mean, Louisville is only like an hour and a half from us.
Exactly.
That doesn't really count as a destination to me.
So, but it's one of the biggest Ironmans in the country. Like,
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's one of the.
So it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Okay, well that makes sense. Then.
So who knows? We'll see. But next year for sure, another half Ironman.
Yeah.
And a full Ironman, and then that's been a lifelong goal.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
I don't know what's from there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. This has been a 25 to 30 year goal. Because when I was a kid, I saw Ironman on TV. Just happened to see it when they first. It was on TV, or I saw maybe a newspaper. Somehow I heard about Kona.
Oh, and the one that's in Hawaii. Yeah.
It kind of just stuck with me throughout my years, and we're here.
I need a lifelong goal like that.
Me, girl. You got it.
Conquer.
Win. You gwinning, girl. You gwinning.
Gwinning. Oh my goodness. Man. Yeah, we used to loving hip hop. I ain't watched that show in so long.
It's crazy.
I can't even tell you what's happening these days.
Tell me about it.
So, what else? Let's see. Oh, you can keep up with us. I promise we are going to come back to social media and be active. But you can watch this podcast on YouTube at Let's Make Out Podcast. You can tweet us at Let's Make Out Pod.
Yep.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Let's Make Out Podcast.
That's right.
You can always send in your questions, concerns. If you have anything you want us to discuss, send us an email at letsmakeoutpodcast@gmail.com. using the subject hashtag Ask Gabe and B. Gabe and B. Ask Gabe and Babe.
That's right. And you tell me YouTube channel?
I did.
Okay.
You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes.
Make sure you rate us on all
Google
of those,
Play.
please, especially iTunes. And then also, or you can go to GabeBabeTV.com. And you'll be able to find everything from there as well, including all of our other YouTube channels.
So, we wanted to come back with a grateful podcast. Something about being thankful.
Being thankful, but then also, I think... Go ahead, sweetie, sorry.
No, go for it.
Yeah, so basically we were talking about this. Like, it's so easy to be grateful for something when... once you need to be. Like, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but so many times... How many, like we've noticed, or we've, just recently we've thought about it, how many times are we grateful for something, but we still take it for granted,
Yeah, and I think that's what,
and I think
so many things we take for granted.
Yeah, and I think everybody's guilty of doing that, not because you're bad people or because we're bad people. It's just life.
Yeah.
Other things get you busy, get your mind, involved with other stuff, and then before you know it, time has flown by and you've, wasted time and effort and energy on what's really important. So we wanted to talk about gratefulness, like what we're grateful for and what we take for granted, so that we can address it and fix it,
right?
And then hopefully challenge you to do the same, because you got one life to live on this earth, and
you don't know when that life is going to end.
You don't know when that's going to end, so you got to take all the chances you can to love the people that love you. And I said love the people that love you. You love them.
Love the people that don't love you.
Yeah, you love the people that don't love you as well, but spend more time on the people that love you. Okay? But yes, definitely.
So we both came up with like 3 to 5 things that we are grateful for, that we take for granted. And of course, because I'm, not about to write, I didn't find this list before we started this podcast. And I'm searching in my notes like, where is it? Because I know that
it's been a while.
It up.
We typed it up 3 weeks ago.
So long ago, and then just never got around to doing it.
I'm about to wing it.
Okay, well, go for it.
All right, so we're gonna jump right in, y'all.
What's the one thing? Oh, I found my list.
Okay, so
what's one thing you take for granted?
One thing I take for granted, I would say, I think one thing I take for granted, and this is not in any kind of order, this is just as it comes to me, is my health. And the reason I say that is because Dad was, my father had every, like everything that you could think of outside of cancer, and some other medical issues. But like he had heart disease, diabetes, had multiple heart surgeries. I mean, was overweight. Just a ton of them.
Yeah.
And so seeing that. I all the time as a kid, or growing up, I'm like, I pray I never get that. I never want to be like my dad. And so I'm thankful that I'm not in that aspect. Like my health is, pretty awesome. God is really, taking care of me. And I think that sometimes that's easy to take for granted, because at any point in time that can change. I don't know the inner workings of my body. I just trust and believe that God's got me, and that He's going to keep me healthy. But I know, that I need to do my part.
Right.
So,
them sweets.
I have to lay off the sweets, making sure I'm, eating vegetables, making sure I'm not just taking a bunch of, crap, and make sure I'm getting plenty of making out sessions with my wife. Dr. Oz says, thank you, Jinx, Gabriel.
He does say.
He says that we need to be getting it in, so that's...
Yeah, what did he say? What did he say?
28 times out the month.
Is what he said, yeah. It will allow men to have longer lives.
Exactly. So if you don't want to hurt your husbands... No, but seriously, give him some booty, exactly. But yeah, I was like, sweetheart, Dr. Oz said... But no, it's but yeah, so just thinking about I want to do everything I can do to be healthy, because I want to live as long as I possibly can for my wife and my kids. Yeah. So I don't want to miss any milestones in their lives, because I didn't do everything I could
that you could have done
to make again, I can't control when it's my time, because God's the ultimate decider. Yeah. George Bush is not the decider. He said that one time. God He makes the decisions. So I am the decider. That's what George Bush said one time.
So funny.
That cat was funny to listen to. But no, yeah. So that's my first one, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out. So if I have one that's the same as yours, should I just piggyback? There's no sense in coming back to it. So I also have...
Well, some people say the pork is not that good for you. So, you know what I'm saying? So, no, go ahead. Yeah.
So I actually have health on my list too. I have health and the ability to work out, because there are so many people that may not even be able to work out. Like, they may not even be in a position to where they can go and walk on the treadmill or go and lift weights. Maybe because they, are extremely overweight and it's hard for them, or maybe they're missing a limb and they can't run, or they can't, walk. So it's just one of those things, like, that's something that we take for granted every day, that we get up out of bed and can put our 2 feet on the floor and can walk to wherever. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that don't have that ability, and I just think that at being healthy at this point, obviously I don't know everything, but I feel like I'm pretty healthy, and I thank God for that, because there are so many people, and I could use the excuse, well, I'm young, but there are a lot of people that are my age that have ailments and can't do. So I am very, very, very grateful for that, and it is something that I do probably take for granted, because I'm not always in a hospital, or I'm not always sick, or like I haven't had tons of surgeries or things like that.
Absolutely. So, I'm thankful for her health as well, because I'm a part of your life now. So like, if you're dealing with health issues,
you're dealing with
then I'm dealing with them. So absolutely. I'm thankful that she's healthy and that she worked so hard to continue to stay healthy.
Yeah. So the second thing for me, this is actually first on my list. This is not in any particular order. No. But lifestyle. I am really grateful for my lifestyle, and I have my moments where I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I don't have a passion strong enough, or I'm not, I'm just not out here conquering the world, and I think a lot of that has to do with social media, because it will make you feel like you're just not getting things done. But I have a really blessed lifestyle, and have the ability to work from home with my family, and I do not take that for granted, because I know that at any moment it could be over, and that there are so many people that don't have that opportunity to be at home with their children. Absolutely. Or put their children on the bus, or you know what I'm saying, or take trips when they want to, like, you know, just not having a set 9 to 5 where you go into an office. I can go and work at Starbucks, or I can work on my deck, or, you know, work at the library. I have that freedom, and you know, I don't
work
take
on
that.
Nobody's deck, girl. I'll be here playing, work on the deck.
These are hypotheticals, but can we talk about the fact that we have not set out on our deck one time?
But we've actually had a pretty busy summer that we didn't think was going to be that busy, but ended up being.
But I feel like that's an excuse, because we've had plenty of time where we were sitting watching TV that we could have been sitting outside on the deck, nice little beverage or something, just enjoying. Right now it's like super hot though, so yeah, we're gonna get there. That was a side note, but we're gonna get on that deck before it gets cold. Okay?
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm really grateful for our lifestyle.
I'm gonna piggyback off you, girl.
Baby, they all gonna be piggybacks.
I mean, I'm just saying, we got the same thing. We grateful, then that means we equally yoked, shawty. So you can't even say nothing. But no, yeah, I think for me, I'll add to that really quick. Yeah, exactly. I think it's you know, it's a blessing to be able to do what we do. Because we get to be together. Some people say it's hard to work with your spouse. Like, for us, we love it. We love it. Like, that's, I mean, this is my best friend. Like,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so, and then the best part is that we get to be, you know, with our kids as well. You know what I'm saying? So now that Chad Jr.'s in school, obviously now it's just, you know, Reagan at home during the day, but we got to be with Chad Jr. Through his, you know, as he was growing up. So he knows what it's like to have both parents home while he was home, you know, and so I think that's just really cool, and that's unique, and we're just thankful that we get to do that. And I think, but also the other side of it, it also makes sure that we continue to work hard, because I think that, you know, some people would say that, you know, being a YouTuber or being a social media influencer is not, you know, not real work, or, you know, and that's okay. I mean, that's an opinion, but the way we look at it is, anybody can lose your job today at any point in time.
Anybody.
Like, anybody.
Just because you come into an office don't mean they can't lay you off.
Any job that you work right now, except for you owning it and knowing that your financials are perfect right in this moment, this could be your last day of work. We pray that's not the case, but so what's the difference? You know, and I think that's what people, they get wrapped up into, you better get a real job. If a real job means working a 9 to 5, stressed out, not doing what you want to do, not loving it, then that's not what we want to do. We're thankful for what we're doing now, and so we work hard to continue to grow it and foster it, and also spread the positivity that we said we were going to do from the get-go. And because I think that's why God continues to open up doors for us. And so we don't take it for granted. We work hard. It's not easy work. You know,
I think that's the biggest misconception, is that it's easy work, or so easy to pick up the camera and blah 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 blah. I had a conversation with a friend of mine about that, because she said that, not directly to me, but she said it, and you know, I kind of was like, I mean, but it's not though. Like, why do you feel like it's so easy? If it were so easy, everybody would be doing it. There's plenty of people out here vlogging that are not in the position that we are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying because we ain't in the position of much bigger YouTubers, but it's like it's not something that anybody can do it, and it's just gonna be popular.
You have
like,
to work hard.
You got to work hard like you do in anything you do. If you want to be the best at your profession, you got to work hard. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, so yeah, I think that's just the biggest misconception, is that it's so much easier to do that. Okay, well, you do it.
Exactly. You know, because here's the thing is that some of our same friends that have, you know, questioned that have tried to do YouTube, and it didn't work out for them.
Yes.
And you know, because it goes back to the hard work and the consistency. And so so you know, like it's, everybody has their own cup of tea. Everybody has their own thing that they have passion for and want to do. And I just say that you work towards that. You go get it, work your butt off, and
create the lifestyle.
that you want.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, just kind of like, I feel like if you are in a job If you are working a 9 to 5, or if you're working in an office where you're not happy, change it. Because you have the ability to change it. You have the ability to look for something else, or foster your passions, or get that side job, or you know what I'm saying? So many people are stuck in a place that they don't want to be just because of stability. And I have my air quotes because I feel like it's a false sense of stability, because it can still be taken from you at any moment. So I just want everybody to be happy in what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Like, and I get it, sometimes, I mean, you got bills, people got bills. I ain't telling you to just up and quit your job, but maybe start working towards what you would really love to do.
What is your passion? Like Gabriel said, what is your passion? Because just because you're in a job that you're doing right now to support your family and do your thing and pay bills, you keep that job. You continue to push on. You continue to strive to be the best at that job so that you can run that company one day.
Yep.
But in the meantime, if you got other goals and passions, start making small strides towards those. And, and God will open those doors. God will put you where you're supposed to be. But I think that we have to continue to work towards and tell him what we want as well. And I think God wants to know the desires of our heart.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, he does.
And he knows them already, but I think he wants us to say it. God, we want this. We're going to work for this.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be rewarded. So
I agree.
Yeah. So that's kind of a little bit of a soapbox, but all right. So I'm next.
Yeah. What's next for you?
I would say the next thing that I take, and I'm very grateful for, but I take for granted sometimes, is probably just time. Just time in general. Like so many times I wake up in the morning and I have a list of what I need to get done, but I haven't really prioritized it. So it's just like a list of I gotta get this done, and like in my head I've somehow created that it's like these have got to get done. If they don't get done, then I'm a failure for the day.
Yeah.
Or I'm willing to I don't know, I will let other things that are more important go to the wayside because I'm so focused on getting these done. And I think that I think that what I have to realize is not everything is like, has to be done right then. Not everything is like a 10 out of 10 when it comes to priority, right? So not everything is that important. And if I prioritize, then I can make sure that I'm done with the things that actually need to get done, that are actually going to help us grow or build or whatever we're trying to do. And then I'll have time for Gabriel and the kids with no thought of anything else.
Right, no distractions.
No distractions. And that's what I want to make sure that I'm doing, because they're what is the most important piece. So yeah, that's kind of, I think
that's an interesting perspective on time, because as you said, time, you went a completely opposite direction of what I thought you were going to say. Because in my mind, when you said time, I'm thinking the fact that we just think time is going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we put things off. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, I'll do that next year or next week. And sometimes you don't make it. Like, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get there.
No,
like, so
exactly.
When you said time, it automatically, I guess, because of the way my mind works, it went to the negative side of it. Like, time is not always going to be there. So I feel like we take it for granted a lot of times, because we just, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. How you know? Honestly, like, how do you know? You don't. So it is interesting in finding that balance, like prioritizing, yes, this needs to get done today. It is okay if it doesn't get done, but then also remembering I can't put off things forever, because at some point forever is going to come to an end, you know? So that's an interesting...
No, yeah, because like for me, like, some people, some of you have been watching, Gay Babe TV for a long time, or have been around for a while. You know that, I kiss my wife and my kids all the time. I tell them how much I love them and how beautiful Gabrielle is, or, how, handsome Chad is, or how beautiful Reagan is. Every day, a lot. And it's not for them. I'm not trying to feed their ego or anything. It's for me. I want to know that, I want them to know, and I show them, by actions as well, but I want them to know that, like, how much I love them, how much I appreciate them, how much I value them, because I never wanted it to be a question.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, like Gabriel just said, tomorrow's not promised. And if you're upset and you're arguing with someone that you love over just dumb stuff, or even real stuff, do your best to talk about it and work your way through it.
Yeah.
If it can be worked through, so that you guys can get to what's important is the love that you guys have for each other and for your kids, because you just never want to look back and regret, and say that you didn't get a chance, So I think that's important.
Yeah.
Just to always remember, live in the moment, and remember that time is not promised. But
also, prioritize.
But prioritize your time, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got, sweetie?
So my next thing is community, and I put community because I am really blessed with, first of all, a great family, immediate and extended, just a great community of people around me. Like, I have the ability to call up my grandmother. Like, so many people don't have that ability, and I still have that. I can call up my grandmother and she's there. I can call up my mother and she's there. Like, I have all of these people around me that are there for me and my family, and like they pitch in when they can, and it takes not having that to be more grateful when you have it, because when we lived in Tennessee, we didn't have anybody. No. It was just us. And it's such a difference now having, the family there, and having that community. And then also community in terms of friendships. I do feel like something that I prayed for a long time ago was to have closer relationships with women of God, with wives, and I've been able to kind of cultivate that. I have, two really good groups of friends that are, we pray together, we do devotionals together, like that. We're wives, we're mothers, we get each other, and I feel like I have that, and it took me a while to get it. Like, I prayed for this for a long time because I just felt like
I'm still praying.
I just don't. I have a couple friends here and there, but I was just longing for like deeper relationships, and I think that's finally like coming to be.
Absolutely.
And I'm really grateful for that, because everybody doesn't have that, and it's not easy when you get older to make friends. Like, I don't feel like
there was a study. I don't even know what the study is. I hope I can find it, because if I can, then I'll make sure I mention it next podcast, or even put in the show notes. There was a study about saying that once you got to, I think, above the age of like 30, there was an age. I don't want to lie to you, but basically it said once you get above a certain age, the chances and the probability of actually being able to make friends got harder.
I believe it.
Like,
True.
It's almost like remember how easy it was to make a friend. You see how kids, they can instantly make a friend, and like
easily.
5-year-olds can make a friend, and that's their best friend, like in 2 minutes. Teenagers can do the same thing. High school, college, but then when you get into the real world, like as far as like working and like, then the competition starts happening. You have animosity towards a coworker because they are not doing their job or pulling their weight. So it just becomes harder and harder to make friends, what this study was saying. And I believe it.
Yeah.
I honestly believe it, because, I have like I have about 4 guy friends, 4 or 5 guy friends that I actually, talk to, go to lunch with, hang out. But, I don't just make friends just to have a friend. Like, I want to be like very organic.
Right.
And like for us to really just to get each other. And if it doesn't happen that way, then I usually,
you're not gonna force
I don't
it.
Put a bunch of energy into it at that point. I'll still love them, and we'll be friends, but we're not gonna be like that deep connected friend.
Yeah.
That Gabriel's
it has to
talking
be
about.
beneficial also. Like,
And I want to be able to build you
just
up.
Around that
Yeah.
I feel drained after I've spent time with you.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
I want you to be able to build me up, and I want to be able to build you up, because that's what we're adults. Face it, we need people to encourage, and we need someone to encourage us. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
Community.
So, you got another one? I think that might have been my last.
I feel like those are the big ones.
Oh, I did have one more, but
yeah, I feel like that's, for me, that's the big ones. We could go on and on.
I know. There's so many things. Like, I'm sure you're probably thinking about this too as you're listening to us. Man, like, what are some of the things that I just take for granted?
And we want you to think about it.
Yeah.
We challenge you. We want this to be a discussion, that you have with your families or with your kids or with your friend or whatever. Like just. Did you do it again?
Every single time.
Every single time.
It cuts off.
I hate that.
I don't know where it cut. I feel like it's 30 minutes, and it says 30 minutes and 13 seconds. So you probably didn't miss that much.
Hopefully not.
That's the whole reason I had this iPad here, so I can see it, so that I can know when it cuts off. But I get so wrapped up in talking that I completely forgot it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that.
Yes.
I feel like that was I feel like every time we do a podcast, I have something bad to say.
She does.
But
be grateful that we do a podcast.
I hope that you enjoyed it.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you're grateful for and that you take it for granted. But most importantly, talk about those things with the person that you love, or the people that you love, because that's where they're gonna appreciate it. I really think that I appreciate hearing what Gabrielle takes for granted and is grateful for, and I'm sure she appreciates the same, because then we can help each other, hold each other accountable, and pray for each other for those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching.
We'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Deuces.